For centuries, Israel has been at the center of religious and political debates, and in recent years, it has captured the world's attention with three prophetic occurrences that have left many in shock. These events have not only startled the country, but have also sent shivers down the spines of those who have observed them. In this video, we delve deep into the truth underlying these cataclysmic events and what they represent for Israel's and the world's destiny. Join us as we explore the fascinating history of Israel and its significance in the context of these prophetic occurrences. One of the most pressing questions on many people's minds is whether there has been any progress made on the reconstruction of the temple. Today, Israel's claims to any part of Jerusalem, let alone the Temple Mount, face broad international condemnation. Israeli law forbids Jews from praying there, and Muslims, particularly the women in black, work tirelessly to prevent Jewish visitation. According to Islamic scholars, there was never a temple on the Temple Mount. However, recent advancements have aided the temple movement in achieving its objectives and making it possible to restore the temple in our time. The Al-Aqsa Mosque, which Muslims believe was built by Abraham, is built on the location of a Jewish ritual purification site, which experts discovered decades ago. In response to the charge that the site never had a Jewish temple, British archaeologist Robert Hamilton gave confirmation of this. He discovered a Jewish mikvah cleaning pool beneath the mosque's floor. During the Second Temple period, Jews utilized it for ceremonial immersion before entering the Temple Mount complex. These finds, which were hidden in the British mandatory archives for fear of offending Muslim officials, clearly indicate that the original temple was built on the location of the modern Temple Mount, a Jewish holy place. The Sanhedrin has taken the appropriate steps in order to restart temple services as soon as possible. The organization has been working on numerous initiatives, one of which is planting the biblical forest to meet the agricultural demands of the Third Temple. When people think about sacrifices, they think about animals and blood, Rabbi Hillel Weiss of the Sanhedrin observed, but most were from plants grown around Israel. The temple served as a link between the people and the divine. Because the people of Israel are bound to build an altar solely on Mount Moriah, the Temple Mount, this altar is unique in that it was built to be demolished and rapidly reconstructed in its correct permanent place. It will be reconstructed atop the Temple Mount in due course, allowing sacrifices to be given once more. According to Orthodox Jews committed to the cause, as well as the world's and Jewish people's issues, rebuilding the temple is the only answer. While the temple movement works to reconstruct the temple, most members acknowledge that political action is required to change the existing status of Muslim ownership of the Mount and allow Jewish access. This might happen right now. When asked about the site, Israel's top court stated, "The reality on the Temple Mount is by no means simple. According to its opinion on the issue of the works on the Temple Mount, it's a really delicate and nuanced situation. The Temple Mount is ours. That is, we require a political move rather than a legal one." The reconstruction of the temple is a fascinating topic, and it is crucial to understand its significance in the context of Israel's history and destiny. The temple was a central place of worship for the Jewish people, and it represented the connection between God and humanity. The rebuilding of the temple is a symbol of hope and a reminder of the Jewish people's resilience in the face of adversity. Another important aspect of Israel's history is the Feast of Sukkot. This festival is a time to remember God's former kindness on Israel, foreshadowing the future Feast of Tabernacles, when all nations will gather on Jerusalem's Temple Mount to celebrate Israel's victorious Messiah. Zechariah 14:16-21. The Mishnah describes in detail how to build a booth for the festival, a ritual that modern Jews still faithfully follow. Since the harvest had been completed, the biblical Feast of Sukkot was the happiest of the year. After thanking God for his generosity, the people would begin to look forward to the latter showers. Sukkot, a Hebrew word, is translated as booths or tabernacles in the English Bible, Leviticus 23. 34, and Deuteronomy 16:13. Sadducees of the Second Temple era built their booths with branches from leafy trees and willows. Leviticus 23:40, as the Bible instructed. The Pharisees, on the other hand, saw analogies for the offerings that worshippers would make at the altar in the plants. The rabbis agreed that the citron or etrog held in the worshipper's left hand best satisfied Leviticus 23:40's fruit requirement. Palms, willows, and myrtles would be available to right-handers. The priest would return to the Temple Mount via Central Valley Road after refilling his pitcher at Siloam. When he got at the temple, he would fill one of the silver basins beside the altar with water. Jesus may have followed the Second Temple era practice of sprinkling water on the final and holiest day of Sukkot. For this reason, Jesus made an analogy between the necessity of water and the gift of the Holy Spirit that he promised to all who put their faith in him. A verse from Isaiah 12:3 had been sung. That's why you'll drink from the wells of redemption with joy. Isaiah foretold the praises that Israel would sing to the Lord on that day, referring to the millennial kingdom of the Messiah. In this perspective, the prophecy of Isaiah 12 might be regarded. Its shortness, 6 verses, gives it a lot of punch. Today, anybody who trusts in Jesus Christ for the remission of sins can receive the same salvation. Armageddon is the ultimate conflict between God and the governments of humanity, which will take place throughout the earth rather than in a single location. According to the book of Revelation, the prophetic book of the Bible, Armageddon depicts the place that is called in Hebrew Armageddon, which is the location where the kings of the entire inhabited earth would come together to fight the great war on the great day of God, the Almighty Revelation. Who among us will take up weapons in the event of Armageddon? One day, a heavenly army commanded by Jesus Christ will win over those who reject God and his intentions. These foes, according to the scriptures, Revelation 19, 11:16, 19:21, include those who reject God's authority and regard him with disdain. Will the climactic fight for Armageddon, according to Ezekiel 39:7, take place in the Middle East or elsewhere in the region? No, according to Jeremiah 25:32, 34, and Ezekiel 32 and Ezekiel 39. 17:20, the battle will take place all throughout the earth rather than in a single location. Is Armageddon the end of the world? Because earth is mankind's eternal home, this is not the end of the world. Another way to say, it is Psalm 37, 29, 96, 10, Ecclesiastes 1:4. In other words, Armageddon will not be the end of the world because a great crowd of God's believers will escape. Both Psalm 37, 34, and Revelation 7:9, 14 stress this. The word world is used in the Bible to represent both our planet and a sinful, God-hating human civilization. 1 John 2:15. According to Matthew 24:3 in the King James Version, when will the world end if it is going to end? No one knows, not even the angels in heaven, not even the Son, but only the Father, said Jesus. The theme of this chapter is the Great Tribulation preceding the Battle of Armageddon, MT 24:21 CF 36. The Bible, on the other hand, envisions Armageddon as occurring in 1914 at Jesus' surprising resurrection. As we have seen, Israel's history is a complex and fascinating topic. The recent events in the country have only added to its significance, leaving the world in a state of shock. The reconstruction of the temple, the Feast of Sukkot, and Armageddon are all important aspects of Israel's history and destiny. While there are still many questions and debates surrounding these topics, it is clear that they hold great meaning for the Jewish people and the world as a whole. Thank you for watching. We appreciate your support and would love for you to subscribe to our channel for more exciting content. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to check out our latest video on the left and a recommended video on the right. We hope you have a wonderful day.